To more politics now, 5 governors of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, who have described themselves as the G5, on Saturday met in Lagos as the division within the PDP lingers ahead of the 2023 elections. The G5 governors include Nyesom Wike of Rivers, Seyi Makinde of Oyo, Samuel Ortom of Benue, Okezie Ikpeazu of Abia, and Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu. At the end of the meeting, ex-Governor Jang briefed journalists. He said the group is still open to consultations in resolving the crisis rocking the main opposition party. And also speaking, Governor Makinde said that the G5 governors were the face of their struggle and were being backed by the leaders and elders of the party present at the meeting. With us right here is Mazi Chinedum Obiora, and we'll look at this story together. Thanks again for staying with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. I'd like us to start with the statement by Governor Seyi Makinde saying that 5 of them are just the face of the struggle, but that every other person seated there with them in that meeting is actually supporting the move. What does this spell for the party?
Already there is division in PDP. It's like to attend, O Israel. And it's also all about interest. Well, Fauci said stomach infrastructure sometimes. I don't like to spare these politicians because, I've always said, even here, I said, if you're a woman, your husband is a politician, limit your trust. Because what he says in the morning is not what he's going to say in the afternoon. Back to your question, or my opinion, they call themselves Integrity Group, G5. Remember, that was what brought the downfall of PDP 2015. Issue of, I think, 17 higher than 19 or 16 higher than 19. And if you look at what they are after, we will justify their action thinking that they are asking for equity, justice, and righteousness. Let me use the word righteousness, if you allow me to use that one. But come to think about it, they are, being politicians as they are looking where their interests will be protected. And
what is this interest?
Their interest so that they will continue to be relevant. Wike is not going to anywhere again. It has completed. My brother from my state, that is Abia State, Ikpeazu,
second time
is going. Yes, is going to the Senate. Already, I started celebrating. I'm from that place. Each time, that was one of the rallies I attended. They never knew I was going to say something after this. You see, our incoming senator representing Abia Central, and in same place you have Abaribe, who has been the then he endorsed Professor Ikpeazu to take over from him. Now, come to think about it, do they mean well for Nigerians? If they mean well, there should be. I think it was PDP that started saying family issue. When it is family issue, when there's a problem in the family, do you allow it to escalate? You call a dialogue, just like what God said, children of Israel, come, let us reason it together. Unfortunately, they are saying the presidential candidate should not come from the north. The chairman should not come from the north. And of course, we look at it now. That is what is killing this country, where a particular region produced the highest number of whatever. And that is why the National Assembly cannot make law that will favor Nigeria, because they will make it. I was also thinking along, when I was coming, I was saying, how can these lawmakers make law that will favor Nigeria? They can't, because look at this issue during the debate on this electronic transmission of result. When they said no, the session group jubilated that they won because it will be in their interest not to have it transmitted electronically. But what about the other people? Say no. So it is all about their interest. But having said that, there is fire on a mountain. PDP should sort it out. Now, Fauci said it. Fascists described P2B as a chronic cancer. He also advised presidential candidate of PDP to go and discuss and negotiate with P2B. In the same manner, he also advised Ashwaji Tinubu to discuss with P2B, which P2B is something else. It's a beautiful bride. That is what is happening. But somewhere I read that even these people, P2B was there, I think 2 weeks ago, and this man has given a very unsigned check. That means a plain check. Whenever you want to come to River State, come, I will give you logistics. What does that mean? And after that statement, P2B, the other people said he has endorsed P2B. Then in Benue, Ortom said we will not vote, we will not continue to vote Fulanis who have been killing us.
We'll vote the election as it is.
Yes, so it has been division all over. But what I want to say about this, will it be the interest of Nigeria for these people to achieve their purpose? Won't you have listened? Where a child is crying, pointing at my finger somewhere, can't you look at it? How can it be that agreement is agreement? Without rating, that is where our moral conscience comes in. That's why I describe them as morally bankrupt. So they, all of them, all the politicians, because what they say to this, before the election, before the primaries, they said, before even the chairman of PDP was elected, they said if the presidential candidate comes from the north, automatically the chairman should come from the south. But you see now the chairman and the presidential all from the north, and that is what they are fighting.
Right.
And they gain their own interests. They are looking where their interests will be protected.
Let me come in here. Will it be right to say they are just fighting for their own interest? And let's also look at the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party who has been talking about, what's it called, the devolution of powers, who has been talking about restructuring, and he's been talking about equity and fairness. These are things he keeps talking about.
Fine and good. They say charity begins at home.
Okay.
And that is why Wike said, start from your own. It is from the house, from the home. You become beauty before you go out to showcase your beautiness. If I use that language, there's crack in your house, in your family, and you already, people have seen you. That's my own understanding. You said at the federal level, the North is having upper hand everywhere. Look at the security chiefs from lopsided one particular place, and you say it is an injustice, and in your own party, in your own kitchen, you have it.
What does this say about him, really?
I mean, about who?
Atiku.
Yeah, he has a you see, all of them have said beautifully well. But implementation, talk is cheap. That is why Nigerians should be very careful these days. Was it not the same country? I've been analyzing issues since 2012, 2010. I was in the studio, one of your sister studios, where they said, even during their political campaign, where this present government said, stone us if we don't have steady supply of light within 6 months. Stone us. They also said, corruption, Obasanjo came and said, I will fight corruption. Obasanjo said, within 6 months, if there will be any power, it will be announced. Do you still have light? Are you on NEPA here? Now, what about the economy? How much was a bag of rice 2015? I run a welfare outreach for the widows. By this time now, I'm even asking if you have to contribute to my welfare outreach. Now, a bag of rice a bag of rice then, 8,000, 12,000, good ones, imported ones, right? Then, now how much is a bag of rice?
48. I
needed, last year, I think I used about 50 bags of rice. And it was 25, 23. But this year again, it's about 45, 47, 50,000.
40,000.
And I still need the same number of rice. Where will I get that money? Will you contribute to me? So just use it to compare where we were and present where we are. The same politicians are coming back again to tell us, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn. We immediately enter there. Buhari, our president, said he will never negotiate with criminals. What is that? You know how much money we have expended in payment of kidnappers. What about the Boko Haram? Are they not there? Everywhere. When Jonathan was there, Iyechirika was a chief of army staff.
Yeah.
And the Boko Haram took over about 6 local governments in Benue State. I was in Benue between 1984, 83 to 1988, 87. I was there. I know those areas. Now, Iyechirika flushed them out, recovered these 6 local governments. And the present minister for information started accusing him, we are all living witness, that they were targeting their brothers. They were killing. So, but now they are everywhere. There's nowhere that is safe. Nowhere. I can even. Do you know? My children have said, "Daddy, I'm not sure you and mommy will go by road again, because even Lagos by the expressway, it's no longer safe. Is it Benue? Is it my own area? So where is safe?" But these people said, because he was former military officer, we know what he did.
Okay, but back to the PDP story now, very quickly, please. Back to the PDP story now. With all this happening in PDP, if the PDP doesn't get its act together, is there any opportunity in this for the other parties?
Yes, yes, and yes. PDP, if they don't get it right, that should be the end of PDP. They've given room for
negotiation
for APC or Labour. But my worry is this: if you look at these people, the APC want to consolidate their power. PDP struggling. Then the obedience are the youths all over. Kwankwaso is in Kano. So which means that is why maybe some other time. That is why Alex he said that they are going to double the printing of ballot papers, because they've seen the handwriting on the wall that it might not go the same way. We discussed it as I was coming, because there's no assurance that it will be an outright.
It could go the way runoff. Yeah.
Yes. So PDP has to be very careful. Do you know PDP would have won the heart of Nigeria if P2B had remained there? It was. You see, when you look at these politicians, don't even don't trust them. Do you know this Wike that embraced P2B? Was it not Wike that chased P2B from there? It was Wike now. He was making mouth. Who asked me where a person who cannot even win a local government in the state, since he jumped out from Abia to PDP, what has he done?
Okay.
I cannot do it. So that's Obi looked at the handwriting on the wall and quietly left. Then you know how much he spent during the primaries now, thinking that he'll be elected. Then when he lost that one because of what the Sokoto State governor did, you see, that's why I said don't trust them. Right. Before then,
we have to move on to the next conversation now.
You don't want me to go details.
No, it's fine. We just have to continue.